Now, let us introduce Ms. Oyindamola Oni. Ms. Oyindamola Oni is an HR professional and employee wellness strategist with years of experience across fast-paced tech firms, and she specializes in building people-centric systems that drive performance while prioritizing employee well-being. She has a proven track record in fostering positive workplace cultures. Okay, I am so sorry about that. Network problem. So, like I was introducing our speaker for the day, she has a proven track record in fostering positive workplace cultures, managing complex employee relation issues, and transforming toxic work environments into healthy, high performing teams. Tamula is passionate about helping organizations create sustainable structures where people and businesses can thrive. And she is, okay, our work is centered on addressing burnout, promoting mental health, strengthening occupational health and safety practices, and implementing employee assistance programs that support holistic employee well-being. So please join hands with me to introduce and bring on stage Ms. Oyindamola Oni to speak with us today. Ms. Oyindamola, welcome. We'll say a very big welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to a very, very productive session with you. So now, let me leave the stage for you to do your thing. So thank you, Ms. Oyindamola, and welcome. You have the floor now.
All right, thank you so much. I'd like to welcome everyone. Thank you for joining in today. So I'm going to skip the introduction. She has done the major part, but I'll still introduce myself by mentioning my name and what I do. My name is Oyindamola. I'm an HR professional and also someone very passionate about corporate wellness, employees' well-being, basically. So today we are going to be looking at driving productivity without burnout. In every organization, any employee is recruited because they can be productive, because they have something the companies want, right? But at the same time, the company would need to understand that people are not machines, they are engines, so they need to be treated right for them to deliver their best. So we are going to be looking into a lot of things, and yes, I have like 30 minutes to, try to pass all my point across, and I'll try as much as possible to manage my time. Yeah, so next slide, please. Okay. All right, so like I said, we're going to be covering a lot of things. The first thing we have here is the productivity burnout paradox. We need to understand the hidden cost on the always on culture. We also need to look at how to recognize burnout very early. There are signs everywhere. We just do not pay attention to them, especially the managers. Yes. So we're going to be taking a look at that. Also, the well-being performance link. Yes. So we have the stats that let us know that you can achieve results while still maintaining a well-being performance structure or frameworks. We are also going to be talking about the safe framework. We are going to be looking at how to build a sustainable culture. Culture is everything. It's not just a term. I know it's popular now. Some people use it without understanding the meaning, but we are going to be looking into that. And of course, there will be a Q&A session. Okay. Next slide, please. Miriam, could you please up with the next slide? Okay. I'm waiting for Xuriel team to move to the next slide. All right, please, I'll need you to probably hear me so you can just move to the next slide. Listen, pay attention, thank you. So now let's look at data. One thing you should always use is data. Don't just, start looking for the solution without gathering data and knowing the cause root. So let's look at this data. Data proves that 77% of workers have experienced burnout at their current job. Okay, I can no longer see the slide. Okay. Okay. Do you mind me sharing the slide from my hand? Okay, sorry about this. I'm still waiting for this Xuriel team. I would just like to share the slide from my hand if you're having issue. Hello, Miriam. Do you mind if I share the slide from my hand? I can hardly see my screen.
Yeah, please confirm you can see the screen now.
I can hardly see it. There is a blue coverage, so I can hardly see the screen right now. But I wouldn't mind sharing from my hand if you're having any issues with that.
What about now, please? Can you see this slide?
Yes, it's fine now. I can see it now. Okay, so I'm going to go on. So like I was saying, $322 billion is lost globally each year due to burnout related issue. Of course, there's going to be turnover, and when you're losing people, you're losing money. Trust me. And data also says 63% of burned out employees are more likely to take sick leave. Yes, so because of our time, I'll be moving to the next slide, please. All right, thank you. So we're going to be busting the productivity myth. Productivity means a lot of things to different people, right? But then I'm going to be targeting the HR professionals, the operations managers, right? Line managers. I'm going to be busting a lot of productivity myth. The first thing is longer hours is not equal to better outputs. What I can achieve in 2 hours, it does not mean that someone that is spending 5 hours will achieve the same quality output, right? So you should not equate longer hours to better output that, oh, the more this person spends on this work, the more the output, the better the output is going to be. It's just like someone that is writing the exam and submitting in 30 minutes and someone submits in 2 hours. It does not mean that the person that submits in 2 hours is going to, score higher than the person that submits in 30 minutes. It all depends on the quality of the product or the outcome delivered rather. So these are some of the productivity myths. Another thing is the constant availability is equal to effectiveness. I might be so available, you'd reach out to me, I would be available, but it doesn't mean I'm getting anything done. The fact that some workers are always available, just a snap of a finger and they're here, does not mean that they will not make error, does not mean that they are creative, does not mean that they are committed, right? Also, pressure is not equal to performance. Oh, I can work under pressure. It's not something to be proud of. I don't even ask people when I'm interviewing them, oh, can you work under pressure? It's not a question I like because I don't even want you to have to work under pressure. It's well understandable that some career paths has higher pressure threshold, requires higher pressure threshold than the others, but then at the same time, it does not always equate performance. Another thing is busyness is not always equal to value. I can be in front of my screen, typing every now and then, looking so serious, not even taking my lunch break, and doesn't mean I'm going to deliver value at the end of the day. I might just be struggling with it and not even delivering value. So acting busy or being busy is not the most popular way to avoid doing what actually matters, because people can see that person is working. So even if they're not delivering value, you're seeing the effort, right? But then that's not what you want. You want the outcome, right? You want the result. So you need to understand that business isn't equal to value. Now let's talk about burnout. Because this webinar, I'm going to be balancing both, honestly, because it's not just about addressing burnout, how to overcome burnout. Let's look at how to also be productive while still addressing burnout, ensuring that you do not burn out in the process. So the organization needs your productivity. At the same time, you need your well-being. You do not want to experience burnout. At times, it is unavoidable. It's normal, but the ability to be able to overcome it, come out of it quickly, is actually very important. So I'm going to be balancing both. Now, what is burnout really? It is not laziness. A lot of people say, oh, Gen Z, they're always saying burnout, my mental health. I still had that discussion this week because someone was like, this new generation, any small thing, my mental health. Mental health is important. Forgive them. They know better. Yes, I'm saying they know better because, the millennial or the old generations, they've been trained to believe that just take instructions, do not voice out. But this newer generation, they're not having that. They want a balance of both. So when they complain about burnout, it does not mean they are lazy, it does not mean they don't want to work. It just means they want a balance of both, right? They want to be able to achieve something and also stay sane while at it. So when we talk about emotional exhaustion, you wake up tired before the day begins. It happens, when you've taken long hours and you wake up tired, it's almost like, oh my God, it's another day. You're not even looking forward to that day. And when it gets to a point that you're not looking forward to the day, then it's something, right? So that's burnout creeping in. Also, reduced performance. If the person is a high performer and all of a sudden, simple things that would take them less than maybe 15 minutes to work on, it's taking them a day, just know that burnout is creeping in without them realizing or without the manager paying attention. Also, detachment from work, nothing feels meaningful to them again. It's becoming to look repetitive or look boring to them. They're just going through it. It's like, what am I even doing? Is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? When you start questioning yourself, trust me, you are already experiencing burnout. When you start looking at it, is this what I'm about to do for the rest of my life? So that's because it has gotten to a point when you're not enjoying it anymore, and there should be a balance, like I said. So also chronic stress unmanaged. That is like one example of burnout, like how you detect burnout. Yes, next slide, please. All right, so let's talk about your workplace, your organization. Is your organization breeding burnout? Burnout will not announce itself that I'm here, that this is burnout. You have to be intentional about detecting burnout. You have to learn how to read patterns, learn how to pay attention to every little details. Now, there are a lot of warning signs in the culture. Your culture has to be a balance of being productive and also caring for the well-being of the team members, right? Now let's take a look at some of the culture, some of the things that might exist in your culture that you've not been paying attention to, that you need to pay attention to. Whether you're a manager, whether you're a team member, you can actually go back, have a discussion with your manager and give them feedback of what you've learned or what you're about to learn, yes, in this webinar. So the first thing is everything is urgent. There are organizations whereby everything is always urgent. Work on this right now, please, kindly work on this right now. I need it in the next 30 minutes. The closing hour is 5. You come to me 4:50 and you're telling me to work on it. You need it in 1 hour. Obviously, you're telling me to deliver and work overtime. And most Nigeria rarely pay overtime bonuses. Like we don't even pay anything. Most companies, I'm not trying to generalize, right? But most companies will not even pay overtime and they expect you to work. Everything is urgent. Everything. And the fact is, some managers, it's not the person's responsibility, it's their own responsibility. So they push it down and just say, you know what, work on this fast. I need it urgently. And the way they will even put it, they'll make you feel special while at it, like, you're the man for the job, you can do it. So instead of you to voice out, you're like, well, this person is trusting me to work on it. Let me just try and work on it. At the end of the day, it will tell. It can lead to burnout. So you first of all need to look at that culture. If you have an everything is urgent culture, every time you have to take a look at that. Also, unclear roles and shifting goalposts. Yes, there are a lot of people. You came in as the graphic designer, for an example. Your job description, job manual says, oh, these are your responsibilities, but you're always doing everything. You're always giving. They come to you and ask you, why didn't you post today on social media? And you look at your job description. This is not part of my job description, but there's nobody to do it, so they expect you to come in. Let's say, for instance, video editing is not part of your job description, but maybe they realize that you might have the skills. They start holding you responsible for it. And now you don't even know if it is your responsibility or not. You need to let it be clear. Let them know what is expected of them to deliver. So if you're frustrating them by questioning them for not delivering what they are not even meant to deliver because it's not part of their responsibility, you are breeding a burnout culture. You are breeding a toxic culture. Honestly, also poor leadership communication. How you manage your people says a lot about the organization. When we talk about poor leadership, how you communicate to them, how you instruct them, let them know that, okay, you're not just a leader that would just give instructions and go. No, you have to be a leader that can communicate well. Okay, I can no longer see my slide, so I'll just try to. Okay, so another thing is zero recognition culture. Now, people are doing a lot. I'm using my slide from my hand. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to present, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the slide from my hand. I'm just going to be talking about the zero recognition culture. A lot of organizations expect people to do things for free, and after all, they are getting paid. But there are little bonuses, there are little awards, even thank you, something as little as saying thank you during stand-up meeting says a lot. That means people feel seen, they feel recognized. During stand-up meeting, might say, oh, I would like to acknowledge Oyinamola's impact in last week's emergency that we had. She was able to come in and provided a solution. A lot like blah blah blah. You say things in the process of everyone. The person feels seen, feels recognized. So it's not as if you're just saying thank you when it is just two of you. Then go to the management or stand-up meeting and start saying, "Oh, I was able to work on this," or "we use we." Why not just mention the person that that got that thing done. So you have to start giving people, credit. You have to start giving people credit. This is not what I'm talking about. You're in the wrong slide. Yes. Okay. 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 Okay, I think I might be able to control this now. All right. Nice. So now the next thing is glorifying overwork. Yes, don't glorify overwork. She slept at the office yesterday. It's not something to be proud of, honestly. I mean, if someone is sleeping at the office to get work done, it's probably because they lack time management. Yes, I'm saying it. Is that they lack time management or because they're always giving them extra work at the odd hour? So it shouldn't be a badge of honor. Oh, this person is always at the office. When I call her 9 p.m., she will pick. It's not something to be proud of. You are breeding burnout without realizing it. Now, let's talk about the real cost of burnout. It leads to low productivity. I've mentioned that earlier. It leads to high turnover. One thing I love about this new generation, they won't take no for an answer. It's either you give them that work-life balance or you let them be. They would rather just go into content creation and start, hi guys, my name is this and that, and make their money than give their time to an organization that will not recognize them, that will not allow them have time for their family, have time for their passion. So it leads to high turnover. And what do we mean by high turnover? When people keep leaving, you keep losing your employees. Now, as like I said earlier, if you're losing people, you're losing money because the time they're not there, they're meant to be getting something done. And that thing they're meant to get done is meant to bring in money. But because they're not getting it done, you're losing money, right? Also, poor decisions. Because if I'm tired, if I'm exhausted, and you're still asking me to bring a result, I just want you to do something, get something done. I won't do the right thing. I'll just, let me put it on ChatGPT. ChatGPT should just bring something, submit it straight up. There is no human feel to it. I'll just make a rational decision because let me just submit something, right? But you need to understand that you need to give people time to rest, time to think properly. Also, another real cost of burnout is increased error. Of course, like I said, poor decision, increased errors, they will make mistakes. And disengagement. When someone that is always cheerful starts thinking twice, oh, let's go for lunch. No, I'm okay. I'll just stay here. They're keeping to themselves. Trust me, they're gone. If you don't do something about it, they are gone. Someone that is always like very interactive, approachable, and someone walks to them and they're like, what did you say? They're not even paying attention anymore. So you don't want this, honestly. Now, moving on. Let's talk about the warning signs that every manager must know. Whether you're a manager looking at me and watching this right now, attending this webinar, or you're a team member, you might want to take a screenshot of this or record this or whatever, because you must know when your team members are about to, even you as an individual, you might not even know that burnout is the word. Right? So these are some of the signs. First of all, increased absenteeism or presenteeism. If they're taking permission today, or you receive a mail today requesting for casual leave or sick leave, or they are always too present, it's a sign that they are experiencing burnout, right? They are burning out, but they don't know how to communicate it. Also, someone that is always meeting up with deadline starts missing deadline back to back, like something they've always handled with ease. These are some of the behavioral signs that you must pay attention to. Withdrawing from team meetings, I've mentioned this. They become irritable, like any small thing, please, I'm not interested, I'm not interested. Someone that would always smile with you. Pay attention to little details, right? Also, procrastination or routine tasks. These are behavioral. Now, let's talk about the physical and cognitive. Frequent illness, I've mentioned that. I'm tired. I can't go downstairs. I don't want to climb downstairs. I'm feeling weak. The body is already telling, right? And forgetfulness. This is something I'll get to the point where I talk about burnout not being a crime. At times it's normal for you to, go through that phase. But another thing you must pay attention to is forgetfulness. Like little things they would normally know. Oh, when was the last meeting? Oh, I can't remember. Was it Thursday? Was it Friday? And it was just like 2 days ago, right? They are losing concentration and you're not paying attention to this. You just, it's one of those things. No, your team members are burning out. It's not just one of those things, honestly. Also, sleep disturbance. You're unable to sleep, and they mention to you, oh, your face looks swollen. What happened? I could not sleep. No, I could not sleep. Oh, sorry. It's one of those things. No, it's not one of those things. Pay attention to these details. And visible decline in personal presentation. Someone that would always come up with fire slides, present, but now they're using one fast AI to automatic words. They did not put it together and they're like, okay, it doesn't sound like it doesn't have human feel. So you see it, you notice this, but ability to pay attention to it is the important thing. Like you have to, it's very important. You have to pay attention to this. So let's talk about how to redesign the work and not just the people. We're talking about people, I need my people to deliver. Let's talk about how to help them. The first thing is to set clear priority. I've mentioned that earlier as well. Set clear priorities and find expectation. Just don't expect them. Take initiative. It's good to take initiative. I always tell people, if you want to climb the ladder, corporate ladder, you have to be creative, take initiative. But at the same time, clarity is very important, right? Just don't expect people to take initiative and say, oh, of course, you should know that you should get it done. You should know that's the right thing to do. No, let them know what is expected of them. Set a scale of preference, what comes first. So it helps them to manage their time very well. Also eliminate repetitive and duplicated tasks. There are a lot of things that we do not need to do. I mean, I'm going to use HR as an example. Your organization already has an HR platform. Sorry, I'm trying to remember the word. HR, let's say the likes of Zoe people and all, where you can take HR data. Now you're still expecting the same HR to go and print paper and start writing it manually when you already have the record. I mean, you can back it up if you're scared of, something would happen, and there are a lot of things that you could do. So eliminate repetitive or duplicated tasks. Don't ask one person to work on this, then go and meet another person to work on the same thing again, whereby you're still going to get the same results. There are a lot of things. Just cut people's time. Don't waste their time. Eliminate duplicated tasks. Also minimize unnecessary meetings. I think we are guilty of this. Meetings here and there. Some are actually very important, but at the same time, there are some that, we could skip, especially a lot of organization. Yes, general companies-wide stand-up meeting in the morning. You have departmental meeting in the afternoon. You have teams meeting, within your department that teams. So you have teams meeting. Then after that, you'd also have maybe product knowledge sharing session meeting. You have clients meeting. When exactly are they expected to, get things done? They're already exhausted after listening, presenting. When exactly do you expect them to get things done? So before they start burning out without doing anything, minimize meetings. In fact, you can have clear days where they don't need to. We have days that you are not allowed to have meetings. Yes. They're 2 days. We have 5 working days in the week. For my own organization, depends on where you work. There are some 6. Those are nobody is expected to attend any meeting. Just get your work done. You can jump on a quick call, but not long meetings. So minimize that. Also set realistic workload and deadlines. Don't come to me with a task that requires about 5 hours to, get done properly and tell me, please, I need it in 1 hour. The fact that you're adding please, you're being polite about it, does not remove the fact that your request is not realistic. Yes, the fact that you're very polite with your request, it does not mean that what you're expecting me to get done is realistic. It is not realistic. So let us be realistic. Let us understand the capability of each person. You cannot go and meet an HR associate or HR assistant, someone that is just starting their career, and start telling them to come up with SOPs, the entire HR department SOPs in the next 3 hours. Except you want them to just put the GPT and just give it to you. Set realistic workload. Maybe they are just starting their career, they do not know yet. It's not that you want to challenge them. You're just trying to skip your own responsibilities and you give them a realistic deadline. That's not like the best way to go about it. Also, stop glorifying multitasking. I've already mentioned that is nothing to be proud of. Oh, I called at 5 p.m. Oh, I told her to work on this and this and this, and she did. It's not something to glorify. And the next thing is to measure what actually matters. Now, you shouldn't, give accolades to someone that is at work and they took extra hours and compare them to someone that delivered in 2 hours and probably took a nap. The quality of the work matters. So don't glorify the fact that, oh, they took extra hour. Did they deliver the quality work, the task? Yes. Then keep it moving. That is what you should measure, not how long they spent at their desk. Right? Also, you have to measure engagement and not attendance. Your attendance can be very up to date. You can just check it. Oh, okay, we have all our team members here. Were they present or you're just seeing them? Emotionally, mentally, they're not present. So you need to also pay attention to that. And also I've mentioned the quality and not just responsiveness. You can tell me, reply to this mail in 2 minutes. I can reply to it and not even give you what you're supposed to get. But I can take my time, just acknowledge, oh, okay, this mail is acknowledged. I'm going to give a proper response or attend to your request in the next 30 minutes. And you're like, this person is slow 30 minutes. Should he take the person 30 minutes? No, please allow people to deliver quality work, right? Don't compare them to someone else that is always delivering. That's another thing I want to talk about. You need to understand that people have different pace. You might try to help them meet up to a particular pace that is required depending on the job role, but at the same time, don't compare. It's just like how you wouldn't want your parents to compare you and your siblings, right? That's the same way you can't compare an employee with another employee, especially when it comes to how well they deliver and their their delivery time. So what else? Wellbeing index, not just performance metrics. These are things you should just pay attention to, the impact on team and not individual performance. Now, just like everything I've said, there is actually a framework that can help you, and it is known as the Safe Productivity Framework. The S stands for sustainable workload. The A stands for autonomy and agency. The F stands for feedback and recognition, while the E stands for environment and energy. So let's quickly take a look at the Safe Productivity Framework. It actually includes some of the things I've mentioned as well. Like I said, the sustainable workload. It means set realistic output targets based on capacity and not just aspiration. Let it be realistic, please. Conduct regular workload audits with direct reports, normalize enough, and celebrate quality over quantity. Yes, quality over quantity every time, and normalize enough. Also, autonomy and agency. Give employees control over how and not just what they deliver. Yes. So, what's the point of telling me to get this done in your way? Why don't you just get it done? Allow me to, express my own creativity. In as much I'm getting the right results, don't just take control. If you want them to be really productive without them feeling like they're not doing enough and still experiencing burnout while at it, give them control. Also, ensure that your schedule is very flexible where the role allows. Don't tell them, oh, do you want to become a manager with the way you're acting? If you can't be telling me I shouldn't reach out to you on Saturday, it's not work day. If you want to climb, it's always the career ladder that you threaten them with. So give them autonomy and also involve teams in goal setting process. It's one of the best leadership qualities. Like if you want to have great leadership skill, just know that you can't do it by yourself. Seek people's opinion. Seek your team members' opinion when setting goals. Also, the F, which is feedback and recognition. Take feedback, check in on their well-being. I'm still going to say a lot about that. And yes, you can just, look at this framework. You can research more on it and know what the framework is about. The E is environment and energy, the physical hybrid workspace designed for. I'm skipping this because I'm still going to get to it. Yes. So now let's talk about the practical action for HR leaders. And this is how to tackle burnout. All right. Now, to what I said, to what I mentioned earlier, burnout is normal. It's not normal. You shouldn't glorify it. But at times, trust me, even if you're doing everything right, you might still experience burnout. Even if you're doing everything out, like right, you might still experience burnout. So I'm going to be talking about ways to support your employees or to support yourself if you're not a manager, ways to support your employee or support yourself. And also, I've mentioned how to detect it earlier. The earlier, the better, so you can help them before you lose them. So the first thing you have to do is to search, like know what the root cause is. Just don't prescribe a solution. Don't say, oh, today we're going to have pizza day. We're going to eat and bond with. If I'm feeling overwhelmed, you want me to eat shawarma and pizza, and you're telling me it's team bonding. You first of all need to understand why they're feeling how they're feeling, what is leading to it. You just don't prescribe. It's just like saying go and take paracetamol when you know the person is suffering from diarrhea or stomachache or whatsoever. Do you get? So the first thing is to run monthly anonymous well-being pulse survey in your organization. Don't leave everything to the HR. HR is taking employees engagement survey monthly. Okay, what about in your team? Make it anonymous and make it anonymous truly. Because people don't know how they can be detected. So a lot of people do not participate in anonymous survey because they know they can always, figure it out. Imagine you're the only one in your department, or you guys are two. You are two in your department or in your team. We have one female and one male, and they said, oh, don't put your name, but put your department and put your gender. Then you put your department, you put your gender. Of course, they know you're the only man in that department. So they know it's you. So a lot of people are, becoming aware, and they're like, you know what, I will not even just participate. And you can't even know if they participate because you can't tell them why have you not participated, because at the end of the day, it is meant to be anonymous. So how did you get to know that, oh, this person have participated or not? So you have to be intentional and run a true anonymous survey. Yes, well-being anonymous survey. And people's attention span, when they have deadlines to meet, you want to put 20 questions. No, maximum of 5 to 6 questions. Just check in on them. Also, please do not take survey when you know you're not going to treat them. Don't waste. If it is 1 minute it's going to take for them to fill that survey, if you know you're not going to treat it, don't even bother to take it. So the best thing for you to do is to run it and act on it. You take the survey, you analyze it, you summarize it, you analyze it, you look at the pattern, and you act on it, submit to management, suggest to them, right? Because when you take survey this month, what they complained about, you didn't address it or talk about it or provide a solution. Next month, same thing. Trust me, nobody will even feel anything the third month. Right. So the next thing is make well-being structural. Yes, well-being is a term that everybody is jumping on right now. Well, now, so my mental health. I'm a mental health advocate, and you have to be intentional when it comes to making well-being structural. When it comes to wellness, we have to make it structural. The first thing is to just dismantle the everything is urgent culture. Like I mentioned, everything shouldn't be urgent. If you know that you want to achieve this result by Thursday, please give the person that is meant to work on that task latest by Monday. Give them enough time. You already know that it's by Thursday and you're going to meet them on Wednesday and say, I need this tomorrow morning. So first of all, that everything is urgent culture. The next thing is to institute a no email after hours policy. Yes. Although it depends on the level, management team members at times, business can be funny that you would need to reach out. But for most team members, you can say, okay, once it is 5 p.m., no email. Do not send any email, or especially any emails that requires urgent attention. Do not send it. So these are little things. They are so little, but trust me, they're adding up. That is you having a good wellness structure in your organization. Also, mandate minimum leave usage. So, a friend was telling me that in their organization, if you do not take your leave, you get paid for it. Oh my God. Nigeria has forced a lot of people to want extra money, to always want to make more money because there is a lot of expenses to cater to. So if you're giving people the option of forsaking their leave for more money, they will take it. Even if it is killing them, even if it is draining them, increasing their leading to high blood pressure, they will take it. So one of the best things to do is to mandate a minimum leave usage. Let's assume in your organization you're entitled to like 15 work days in a year. You can say the minimum, at least you must take 5. If you know you don't want to take the 15, take 5 or 10 minimum for your annual leave. And you have to track it and flag users depending on the portal you are using. Yes, I was trying to remember HRIS. Yes, depending on the system you're using, you have to track it. Or this person is yet to take it depends on the structure, right? There's some structure whereby people must take leave in every quarter or biannually. Do you understand? It depends on your company's policy and all. But ensure that people take that minimum leave. If it is 10, you want to make minimum out of 15. Please ensure it. Ensure you just track it. Ensure people take that leave. Mandate it. Also mandate micro breaks. So I attend meetings a lot, and there is a weekly meeting I attend that lasts about 3 hours. And one thing that I ensure is that even though it's a virtual meeting, there is 10 minutes break after every 1 hour. And that is to allow people to take water, to stretch, and it is mandatory. You have to stretch. Yes, take a walk, that 10 minutes walk. So mandate micro breaks and, let them take water. People get dehydrated. If you get dehydrated, trust me, you will not be productive. Nothing will come to your head. So that's why I said you need to pay attention to every little detail. Something as simple as water, like it's just water, right, can stop you from knowing what 2 plus 2 is. That's how serious. 2 plus 2, you will not even remember what plus is, what 2 is. So ensure your team members take water. Like, don't let them get dehydrated. There should be water in the organization, in the company. There should be water in every corner, right? They shouldn't have to trek a mile to go and buy pure water or bottled water, right? So make well-being structure. Some little details. Make their chairs comfortable. So when we are talking about OHS, occupational health and safety, it encompasses a lot. It's not just about the physical part of it. It includes mental, even financial, social well-being, physical well-being. So it's a lot. You have to be intentional about making well-being structural. Ensure your people are okay. Also champion. Yes, there is this no screen recovery during the day. In some organizations, we allow people to take nap. If you are done, take 30 minutes nap. People are entitled, statutorily, you're entitled to 1 hour break. Yeah, if you work 8 hours, 1 hour break daily. If they want to take a nap, let's say 30 minutes lunch, 30 minutes nap, don't look at them like, oh, they are going to affect other team members. They are going to it's going to reduce their morale. Let them take a nap. And I'm serious about it. They could get inspiration from taking a nap. They could wake up, feeling energized to work on the remaining task. Right. So ensure your organization is focused on well-being. It's not just about the results. Get this done. How are you helping them? Pay attention to every little details. Now, this is what I like to talk about the most. Champion hybrid and remote work mode if possible, especially managers, HR. Yes, you have the power to convince the leaders. Yes, if you know how to get leadership buy-in, you're good to go. There are a lot of things that I currently lead a lot of remote team members, and they get things done. It's possible. I understand that it depends on the kind of business you run. Of course, a retail business that does not have an online presence, that has like a retail store, needs people to be on site. But I'm saying there are a lot of corporate organizations that can achieve things if they want to work remotely forever. Trust me, you still get things done, you still achieve a lot. You just need the right structure. Seek the right people. Come to us, seek the right people. Let them work on a structure that would work for your team. You can achieve a lot. There is no reason, especially in Lagos. I'm sorry to say, but especially if you work in Lagos, I don't. How do you survive working fully on site in Lagos? Okay, I don't want to digress, but I'm just saying the truth. Like the lot of things. If you cannot go fully remote, go hybrid. Give them work from home days and let them understand, so they don't see it as a free day. It's not a free day. You are working because you have to deliver, right? So if there is right structure to it, it would work out. And when they have those work from home days, it helps them. They feel relaxed. It's their environment, and they still get things done. And also, let public holidays be public holidays. We're talking about wellness. Don't turn public holiday to work from home. You've been working on site, especially those that are working on site. So there is public holiday on Monday. You're not turning it to work from home day. Oh, you guys should not come, but work on this. The deadline is. Please, let public holiday be public holiday, right? Okay, so moving on to building psychological safety. And I'm going to be very practical about this. When we talk about psychological safety, it means how people feel when they are talking to higher authority, how your team members feel. Can they speak without having this fear of, oh, they're going to call me a fool, they're going to lash out at me, they're going to criticize me in the presence of everyone. Allow your employees to talk without fear. You help them build psychological safety. They feel safe around you. They feel safe, even if they've done a minor mistake, and they know that if they report this mistake on time, it can, reduce the impact of that mistake. Like it will minimize the impact. But because they feel safe, they feel scared. Like, oh my God, if I report now, what will my manager talk about? What will my manager say? Oh my God, my manager is going to call me out in the next meeting. The time they're using to panic, to gather their thoughts, to gather their decision, a lot of things is already happening. That mistake is costing a lot of things. You are losing money, using a lot of things already. But if they have this safety already that, you know what, I've made a mistake, the best person to call is my manager, he would know what to do, then that's the best thing. You've built the best culture where your people can speak without any fear, regardless of their level. So also normalize conversations about stress and mental health at all levels. I mean, if your team members come to you and say, I'm not feeling my best today, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to work on this. Do you mind if I have someone else work on this for me? I would like to take the rest of the day off. What do you mean? Especially people that didn't get to say that. Like back then in the days, you are forced to just follow your boss's instruction. Then someone is coming to meet you with that. You're like, what do you mean? Do you understand? No. You have to normalize these things. Let them be able to, bring up these conversations. Also, train managers to hold judgment-free. HR and operations manager especially, you have to train managers to hold conversations like this. They should check in on their employees, like their team members, rather. Check in on their team members, everyone. How are you doing today? Are you fine? Is there anything you want to share with me? Is there a way I can help you? Also, equip your line managers with early burnout detection. I've already discussed that, so those are the signs to pay attention to. I'm running out of time, so I'll try to be fast. Also, team well-being to management KPI. What gets tracked gets done. Yes. So if it is part of their KPI that you must achieve this percentage, this rating, they are going to prioritize their team members' well-being. Imagine you conducting a survey and all the team members are saying no, their manager does not care about their well-being and it's affecting their KPIs, then they will take it serious. They will pay attention to details. Yeah. And also expand HMO and well-being benefits. This is another thing for HR leaders to like pay attention to. Let's stop with the minimum package HMO that the only thing you can do is just go and take paracetamol and injection at the hospital. Let's include mental health therapy session, employee assistance program, trauma support, even things as little as gym subscription. Yes, let them go out, go to the gym, meet new people, just distress. Things as small as spa days, like even if it is once in a quarter, once in a month. Once in a month might be too much because most providers do not really have that. But like once in a quarter, just let them know that you care about them. Let them go for a massage. It helps their body. At the end of the day, they are coming, energized to work for the company. Let them be able to subscribe to wellness app. Let them be able to talk to a psychologist, to a mental therapist. These are the things that you should, pay attention to. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the stats. Healthy employees don't just feel better, they perform better. Yes, they just don't feel better. If I'm feeling better, I'll definitely perform better. So Oxford Said Business School says 13%, yes, of happy employees are more productive. Sorry, happy employees are 13% more productive. That means if I'm happy, then I will be more productive, at least by 13%. Also, Deloitte's 2023 report states that well-being investments yield 5 times return on investment. Yes, so you don't see it as extra money. Ugh, we can't pay for the expenses, we can't organize this, we can't do this. No, you get more. It has great return. Also, I trust companies outperform peers by 286% and total returns. Even as a company, if I get an opportunity right now from a company trying to poach me, I will just go on Google and search. Then I will get to read from Glassdoor. What does your culture say? People will talk, right? But if your people are happy, they get to perform well, they get to give good comments, you get to attract some more top talent as well. So Gallup says engaged teams show 23% higher profitability. Of course, you make money when I'm sane, when I can work on task and I'm sane, I'm calm, I'm not experiencing burnout, I'm getting creative and productive. You make money because I'm going to deliver the best, better than what I would deliver if I was like tired, stressed, and experiencing burnout. Okay, so this is the last part. This is like bottom line, like a recap of everything I've said so far. But I just really want to like touch base on mental health, physical well-being. I've mentioned everything. Mental health, physical well-being. Support your people. Don't tell them that. What do you mean by mental health? In nowadays, what is mental health? Can I go and meet my boss and say mental health? No, do not say that. Please encourage people. Let them feel safe around you. Let them be able to talk and feel safe to just talk about their mental well-being. If they need a break, recommend a break. Right. So also about the physical well-being, something as little as having first aid box in your company. I mean, they shouldn't have to start ordering drugs or going to a nearby pharmacy to get drugs. Something as little as the chair they're sitting on, is it comfortable? Is it not too low? Just, little things that will add up to their well-being, that will add up to them feeling better, them feeling well and not getting burnt out easily. Okay, so moving to the bottom line of everything we've said. Like I said, fix the workload, not just the wellness program. Just don't start organizing, let's come out today and bond. It's not just team bonding that is the problem. Fix the root cause. Don't recommend or organize a team bonding when you're still giving them an urgent task to deliver by 9 p.m. Right? And measure the outcome, not activity or hours logged. I've mentioned that. Hold managers accountable for team well-being. This is like the biggest thing. If you hold them accountable, trust me, because you cannot be the one to orchestrate the entire change. It has to be, stage by stage, line by line. Let the managers be responsible for their team. That way, you can track the overall well-being of the entire team members in the organization. So also build well-being into system, not just the culture. Let it be in the system and the policy. Don't have a policy that says, "Oh, we can pay you if you do not take leave." I mean, it shouldn't be done. Don't have a policy that says, if you are in this level, you are not entitled to this leave. I mean, let your policy says a lot. So the system itself, don't have a system that is against hybrid or remote when you know you can make it work, but you're not ready to invest in bringing up that structure. We have a lot of organizations, Xuriel for instance, that can help you build that system, right? But you're not ready to work, so you rather let them face that Lagos traffic. Sorry, Lagos people. Lagos traffic, and they have to get home, leave their office, leave their home by 4 a.m., get to the office by 9 a.m., leave the office by 5 or 6, then have to face the traffic and get home by 9 a.m. and the following day. That is not life. They will not give you the best result. Trust me. So try to build a system that is sustainable, but at the same build the right structure. Also remove duplicated tasks, like I've mentioned, reduce unnecessary meetings. I've mentioned that meeting here, when do you expect them to work if they are attending meetings? Normalize boundaries. Yes, normalize boundaries, right? Respect their weekends. This is my free time and I'm using it, right? Imagine if I had to work on something, I won't be able to attend to this, right? So respect boundaries, normalize it, respect it. And do not glorify overworking or multitasking, right? Also address toxic leaders, not just survey, action, work on it. Let people be able to talk. So yes, that is all from me. I hope I was able to manage my time. Thank you so much. I'm going to be taking questions now. Thank you.
So much, Ms. Oyintamona. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. I totally enjoyed it, and I'm sure our audience also did. And I am so sorry for all the technical issues that came up during your presentation. I sincerely apologize for that. And to our audience too, I sincerely apologize for all the glitches. So now we move on to the question and answer stage. So please, let's get your questions from the comments. Please let your questions keep coming in. Let them roll in. And we'll be taking them one by one. I particularly do have a question. Because I'd like to know, Ms. Oyindamola, from your experience, would you say burnout is more of a workload issue or a workplace culture issue?
It's both, and I think I addressed that during the session. It's both. It could be from workload, it could be from culture. Let's assume my workload is quite much, for instance, but I'm allowed to take leave, to rest. I may not necessarily experience burnout, but the culture is glorifying not taking leave. I will experience it. So it's actually both workload and the culture. It could be either and it could be both. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. So why would you think that organizations are still getting this employee well-being system so hard to, should I say, to integrate into the entire organizational strategy?
I would say, first of all, it's lack of prioritization. If an organization is hell-bent on meeting 100 million targets, trust me, they will do everything possible, go the extra mile to meet that target. But talk about well-being. The budget is too much. Can we cut this? But they wouldn't know, HR is everybody's enemy. If you ask them, oh, I don't like my HR, right? They wouldn't know that HR is actually always presenting these solutions to the top management and it's just getting ignored, getting, oh, no, this is too expensive. We can't work on this. You know what, next quarter, this and that. So I would say lack of prioritization and also giving up early. For instance, you want to improve the well-being of your team members by embracing the hybrid structure, work structure. And because you tried it, it didn't work the first 2 months, your team members' productivity reduced, just give up on it. This is not work. Oh, yeah, everybody back to the office, right? So they lack patience to allow the structure to take place, the result to take place, because after all, they don't really care about it. They are trying to care because people are not speaking up, people are demanding for it. But once they try to figure something out and it's not working exactly the way they want, they tend to give up. So lack of prioritization, lack of patience, and yes, lack of funds. They might say they don't have enough to prioritize. But I said there are a lot of things that lead to if we cannot afford HMO, large HMO, we can try as much as afford to get like a first aid box, get water, something as simple as water in the organization. Do you get? So you have to prioritize these things and start. I don't expect you to use all of this at once if you don't have the capability. But the little details that I've shared, start from somewhere.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that response. I think our audience are also taking notes. And so I think I can say you did a very, very wonderful job in tackling the topic. So in the absence of further questions, I say a very big thank you to you, Ms. Indamala.
Thank you so much.
Today. Thank you so much for doing this with us. And thank you so much to the audience too. I am sure you gained a lot from this webinar, and we look forward to having you in our next month's webinar. Please be on the lookout for it.